everybody, and welcome to Brooks Knows Baseball, ALCS and NLCS. I guess roundup, almost a roundup. It looks like we're going to go to Game 7 here. We're at the top of the ninth, unless the Astros can muster up some late game heroics here. But it seems like every home team loses there, so maybe that's bodes well for the Rangers' outlook. What, tomorrow? Is it the game's tomorrow, right? 7. And then and Phillies are
tomorrow.
Yeah, and Phillies lead 3-2, which that's more of a fight in that division.
But they're going home. They're going home.
Yeah, I think Philly's going to win that game.
Yeah, well, my prediction was Houston and Philly, and I may be right.
Maybe, but home teams in the ALCS haven't won a game yet, so maybe you're wrong. Maybe I'm right, and I think the Rangers are going to win. Rangers should have won yesterday, and the Rangers, they should have won yesterday. Well, I don't know. It's been, at least recently, the last couple games have been more exciting than the first 4 games.
Yeah. The first series weren't too good. Baltimore, Texas.
No, the first games, we already, the games of it. But I think one thing, there's only 2 games really to talk about, so I don't know how much we can really break it down here. But one thing I think we could talk about here, let's go over our Cy Young picks. You want to do Cy Young talk, MVP and Rookie of the Year?
Yep. Let me grab my notes here.
All right. Let's start off with American League MVP. It's 2 guys, really. That's it. It's either going to be almost guaranteed, I would say, Shohei Ohtani or Corey Seager. There's really no one else who deserves it.
Yeah, and to me, not my choice, but I think you got to go with Ohtani because he pitched too. I mean, how can, as good as his power was, as good as his hitting, how can you go against him? I mean, and he pitched. I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to find my notes here.
Well, no, let's just look. So, Seager, if he played the whole year, if he played 20 more games, probably, I think, he had 40. Say he had 40 home runs, hit 330, 115, 120 RBIs, there'd be a much better argument. But he only played 119 games, 33 home runs, 96 RBIs, and 327. But you look at Ohtani, who still missed roughly 30 games, and 44 home runs, 95 RBIs, and
their at bats were very similar, weren't they?
Ohtani had just had a lot more power than Seager this year. His OPS was a little bit better. He slugged better. He had better on base percentage. He stole 20 bases, walked 91 times. He had 8 more triples than him. You got to give it to Ohtani. You have to.
You throw in the pitching.
Yeah, and the pitching is really no contest. So Ohtani's probably going to get his second one before he comes to Camden Yards as a free agent this offseason.
Before he comes, you mean as an opposing player? Because he said he don't like, or I've heard through numerous sites that he's not big on the East Coast for some odd reason.
I wouldn't be too big on Charm City either. I'm a big Oriole fan. I'm not even that big on Charm City. But I think there's a better argument in the National League.
I think, yeah.
We don't have the best argument. However, I think
there's no argument in the National League at all. I mean,
I think there's an argument to be made, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I got to hear this.
The arguments. I'm not saying it's a good one, but there's a case to be made for Freeman as well.
Well, I thought you were going to come up with your buddy Erez.
No.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman. Yeah, but
he hit 331, 29 home runs, 102 RBIs, and can you believe he stole 23 bases at like 34, 35 years old?
He's only 47 steals behind Acuna, right?
Yeah, well,
Acuna had more homers,
more hits, more
average. He had 214, 15 hits?
217, but Freddie Freeman had 211 hits. And if you look at Freddie Freeman, how many doubles do you think he had this year?
About 40.
60 or 50, but almost 60. He led by a wide margin. If you look at triples in the National League, neither of them are really up there. But look at home runs. Obviously, Matt Olson led the National League, 54. He's going to get votes. 54 home runs, 139 RBIs, and 283 hitter. Kyle Schwarber's next, should not get any votes. Pete Alonso again, boom or bust guy. But then you got Acuna there at 4th, 41 home runs, 106 RBIs. 73 stolen bases and hit 337, on base 416, slugged at 596.
There's no question. He's the most valuable player of all of baseball, really.
I'm a big Otani fan now, so maybe not. I think Otani's more valuable. If Otani plays, he's more valuable. So
if he's pitching, but he's not going to pitch for a year or more. So
at least.
Yeah, maybe we can do another show on free agency, because it's going to be a very interesting discussion on him. What's going to happen? And,
for sure.
What do you pay the guy? Because he's not going to pitch now. He may never pitch again.
He's gonna get 500. I don't think he's gonna get 700 or 800 like some people think. I think he's gonna be.
But if you give him that, how do you pay for the rest of them? What, are you gonna have him and nobody else?
Well, there ain't no salary cap in baseball, really.
If you but there's a penalty. There's penalties.
Yeah, but if you give him 10 years, $50 million, or $50 million over 10, $500 million, 10 years, $50 million a year. It's a lot, but
I think he's going to be a $60 million a year man once he pitches.
He's 30, isn't he? Or 29 or 30?
Yeah, he came over fairly young. Well, not most Japanese come over, 29, 30. He was young.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Cy Young nationally saying. I don't think there's any argument there. I say Blake Snell, not even close.
His numbers are really good. Man, I wish I could find my notes. I had some good notes.
Blake Snell had a 2.2 ERA. He led the National League, 14 wins, 9 losses. I think he was second in wins behind Zach Gallen, but Zach Gallen's ERA was over 1 run more game, higher than his. 180 innings, decent amount of innings, 234 strikeouts in 180 innings for Blake Snell. I think after the All-Star break, I mean, you can't touch him. People hit 181 against him, so he's second in the league in strikeouts behind Spencer Strider. Strider's ERA was a 3.8. That's funny. You win 20 games with a 3.8 ERA.
Yeah, I was going to say they shouldn't even consider him. I mean, the reason he had the wins is because his team pounded the ball. Yeah. Behind him, he had all kinds of support, because that kind of ERA.
I think the guys who really should get looks for it are probably going to be Justin Steele, Blake Snell, Kodai Senga.
Yeah,
he was second in the league in ERA, and then I think maybe it's going to be it's going to be Blake Snell. The other guys will receive votes. Going to the American League gets a little more interesting, I believe.
No, it's Garrett Cole, hands down.
I don't necessarily think it's a given. So Garrett Cole's a 2.6. Sonny Gray's
right.
a 2.7.
Which was the lowest. Wasn't he the lowest in the league in most wins, most innings?
So
right. It's over.
No. So you got 2.6 for him, 2.7 for Sonny Gray, and Kyle Bradish at 2.8. Those are the 3 guys who are going to get it. But then you look at the wins. Sonny Gray is only 8 and 8. Wins shouldn't qualify or disqualify you. However, Garrett Cole did have 15 wins. Bradish had 12 wins. Cole had 209 innings pitched. His whip was under 1 this year. 222 strikeouts. Yeah, probably, unfortunately, Garrett Cole. I don't want to say it, but probably Garrett Cole. I'm still going to say Kyle Bradish deserves it, though.
I wish, but it's Garrett Cole.
Then Rookie of the Year,
Gunnar Henderson
and Corbin
in
Burns.
American League.
You can't really say it's Gunnar Henderson and Corbin Burns. No one else.
Right, that's right. You look at the metrics and defensive metrics and everything involved, not batting average, because other than that, Henderson had everybody pretty much beat.
Yeah, and people are saying Volpe. Volpe can't hold his jock strap. And then I think the last thing we'll talk about real quick here is Manager of the Year. That's another interesting one. I think in the American League, it has to be Brandon Hyde. Has to be.
Well, when you look at the bullpen that they really had to deal with the last month and a half, and some of the starters that were nothing, he did a hell of a job. And he took a bunch of – there were some key rookies, but he got years out of people like Austin Hayes. He never had a year that good. Since he's got their Santander's picked up the pace. So him and his coaches have obviously done a good job. There's no question. Tampa Bay's Cash, you've got to consider him, because they had tons of injuries and they had the second best record in the American League, so they're not far behind. But
you know why? They're going to give it to Snitker. I don't think he deserves it, though. I think he does. What about Torey Lavulo? How do you say his name? Lavulo?
Yeah. He may get it, but Snitker, even though he's getting out.
Look, they have so much talent. I mean, you can manage them, and you can't even manage the show team.
Yeah, okay. Well, we don't want to get into that discussion about how you beat me last time. But anyway,
A drum.
you know, when you talk about Snitker, you still got to do it. You got to have everything mesh. You got to, they had some injuries. Freed missed more than half the year. They had some crap pitching, but they just crushed the ball. Man, their offense is amazing. But
Did they set the record for the most home runs ever? Pretty damn
good,
close, right?
Good.
So I mean, I'm trying to see if they have any like odds right now. Let's see what the New York Post says for manager of the year. So
they're gonna say Boone.
Well, here's what the New York Post said. So the AL MVP, they said Ohtani and Seager. And it said they have the least valuable players. I think it's funny, Javi Lopez. NL MVP, Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts. We didn't even talk about Mookie Betts. We should have talked about Mookie Betts as well.
Yeah, but he still Acuna beats him in every stat.
Cy Young, they say Gosman should finish second, Cy Young, Bradish third, Garrett Cole first.
Gosman?
That's what it says.
Okay, you can throw that article in the trash.
And then let's see. Rookie of the year, it says Gunnar Henderson, future superstar, Tanner Beebe, under the radar, great player, and Josh Young probably would have gotten it for his injury. National League, Corbin Carroll Singer, Matt McClain. Manager of the year, American League, they have Brandon Hyde, Rocco Baldelli, and Kevin Cash.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And then National League Manager of the Year, Dave Roberts.
Dodgers, but it's your boy Torey Lovullo.
Craig Counsell, and then Skip Shoemaker.
Okay, there's going to be Game 7. Garcia just hit a grand slam, but Astros are happy about that.
Is he walking?
He had a grand slam.
Did he walk?
Oh no, he jogged.
Oh, I would look at Maldonado right in his face.
9-2 right now.
Yeah, that ball game's over. And then Brian Abreu's out, isn't he, for next game too? Because they suspended 2 games.
I don't think I should have did that, but anyway.
That was 100% on purpose. He deserved that. That's stupid for him to do. That was
baseball.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't blame him for what he did, but there's just got to have some situational awareness. I love seeing Dusty Baker get mad. I've never really seen him get as mad as he did there.
A great manager.
Yeah. Well, let's stop rambling here. Let's close down. I think once the off season hits, like I said, if you're still here, like it, share it, subscribe it. Once the off season hits, we're gonna make different types of videos. It's not gonna be us talking right now. Just with the award season coming up, we're gonna do podcasts for that. We're gonna talk about our free agency, trade deadline, winter meetings, everything like that. But we'll also be doing the videos like the Orioles documentary. I was like
our big February baseball card show you were talking to me about.
Yeah, I think we're gonna another home run.
No, he jumped up Tucker.
We're gonna have a baseball card opening show, which would be pretty fun. I think would be pretty fun to do.
Pretty costly, but yeah,
it'd be fun. You know what?
Maybe we can get Fanatics to sponsor us so we can get free cards.
I'm already giving free advertisement.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, let me see that. What's your shirt say? Oh yeah. I like it.
Brand new. And you got to support a Duval County company like Fanatics. All right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to talk about them. Jaguars.
First place Jaguar team. When you say Jaguars, make sure you say first place. We're not going to do a football channel. I thought about it. It'd be cool, but we already got over 100 subscribers here. I don't want to start over again. And it's just sticking with baseball. We can talk baseball all year because it's fun. I'll bring a hot stove in here. And
oh, yeah. Hot stove and all the way through spring training is almost as exciting as the season to me.
Yeah, the manager or the front office moves, that's really got me wanting to work inside of sports, the front office aspect of it. And I worked in the front office for quite a few teams, and it's fun. But I'll let you do the sign up there, BF John, and let's go.
All right, that's all for now, folks. This time on Brooks Knows Baseball.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, John Boy.